This is a tutorial for the Bermuda Earth cube, and this one is actually very difficult to understand. Not too difficult to solve once you understand it, but very difficult to try to teach and to try to understand. So okay, so now it's mixed, and the first thing you want to do to this puzzle is to solve as this part of the red. And when you solve the green side, then this red part will automatically be solved as well. So the first thing you want to do is to get the two large pentagons over here. So just find those first. And one nice thing to know is to make sure that the blue side faces towards the middle, because both of these share a blue. So first I'll move this one over. And I can put this red pentagon down here. And since there's two of them, you want to put them on the legs of the triangle and not this hypotenuse. So there's the first one. And then here's the other one. Now it's going to come down here. So here, the two blues face each other. And the way you want to do this is to solve it kind of like you would a 3x3x3, the second layer, otherwise known as the F2L method. So what you're going to do is to take any one of them and put it up here with the green side. You also want to make sure that whichever side, the left or the right, where the green leg is, and not this corner, you want to make sure that the red is also aligned in that direction so it moves freely. Not like this, where the legs are on the right side and the corners on the right side for this red. This way, it won't turn. This way, it will turn. So for here, you want to solve as much as you can, the red and blue and the red and yellow, or you can do just the red and yellow for now, because the red and blue can come later. So I'll try to get the red and blue first. So what I'm doing is I'm just using L and U the whole time to rotate this around until I get into a suitable position to bring this corner down here, and in doing so bring this one down at the same time with both of them solved. So right now I got into that specific position. When I put it down here, these two will connect, and I can put it back down. Now I'm going to move this back over. Next I want to get this red and white. Now since the leg is on the right side, instead of putting this onto the left, I want to put it onto the right, like that. Now do the same exact thing as before, and try to get the red. Like that. So now I can put this red part down here, and the first thing I want to do is to actually flip it around first. So before I was using F and U the whole time. Now I'm going to use the R so I can flip this one over. And I put that one down there. Now before I get this red and blue piece, I want to make sure I get in these two edge pieces. Otherwise it's very difficult to put these in. And the reason I want to wait for this one is because unless you use the other method for the normal 3x3x3, you can't really put those pieces in, and you can't exactly do that algorithm either. So the first thing I want to do is to match up the screen so that one of the flat sides of the green is on the orange. Now I want to move any of these two pieces I can over here like this and match this color. So the color on the bottom, this color is blue, so I matched it with the blue. Next thing I want to do is to move this one over so the flat side is on the red. And I'm actually going to be turning, since this is a blue and white, I'm going to be turning the blue side and the white side. So I actually want another flat side to also be facing this white. So like that. Flat side on the red and flat side on the white. Now move this missing blue and red piece right here, exactly where I want to put it. And since this is on the right side, I can do R inverted, U, R, U inverted. And next I want to put in this blue and yellow piece the same way. Before I do that, I have to make sure the flat side's on the orange. Move it over. The bottom color is blue, so I've matched it with a blue center. Again, now this one I'm going to be using the blue and yellow, so I want a flat side to be on the red and on the yellow. Like that. And then put this missing red and blue piece right here. This one's going here, so U, R inverted, U inverted, R. And now I can go about solving this blue and red piece the same exact way as before. So the blue and red piece over here. Right now it's not working. Now I've got it solved. And you've gotten the red side. So now move this one over, and you will have to, seems like messing this part up, except it won't exactly be messed up later. And so the first thing you want to do now is to put in these green pentagons. And there's two of them again, so they also want to be on the legs of the triangle and not the hypotenuse. Their common color other than green seems to be red, so the red should be pointing towards this point. Just like that. And right now I have to flip this around before I put it in, because if I put it in like this, it's not going to work. Or I can just put it in down this way. But right now it's caught because of this. So the first thing I want to do is to take it over here, where I won't mess up this piece or this piece. And I'm going to rotate this red side until there's a flat side on the green and a flat side on this white, since I'm going to be putting this green piece down here using the white side. Now from here I can just rotate this down here, put it down, rotate it over here first. Okay, so now from here I'm going to be putting this one back in here, but if I try to do it like before, this one's just going to get messed up. So first I just want to move this out of the way, move this up, and replace it, and put it back down. So now these two green pieces are in here, and just move this one back, and the red piece is still intact. So next, I want to do the same exact thing I did with the red to solve these green corner pieces. And again, like before, I want to make sure that whichever side I'm going to use, green and white or green and yellow, I want to have the flat sides of the red on both of them, so I can keep turning them. So I'll start here. And this one needs the green and yellow first. Green and yellow is actually over here. So before I do anything, I want to move this out. So now it's up here. Now solve for the green and yellow. Like that. Put it back in. And next I want to solve for the green and white. I'm going to flip this one over to the yellow side. And before I do anything, I actually want to put this one down here so that I don't end up messing this green and yellow piece in any way. Well, actually, while I was doing that, this piece already got solved, so there's actually no need anymore. Like that. And now I apparently need a green and white here still. It was a green and red piece that got solved. So I'm going to have to put this piece back down here again. Like that. And now solve for the green and white. Like that. And now just put this whole green section back up here. Okay, now I have to flip these two around, and for this I'm going to use the same exact algorithm as for the 3x3x3, which involves the front, right, and top sides. But before I do that, I want to make sure that this piece is actually up here, and you'll see why in a moment. And so I'm going to first take this around like that. Move this one to safety and put this one where I want it to. And since I have to use the green and white sides, the front and right, I'm going to make sure that the flat sides of the red are on the green and the white. Now from here, I can start the algorithm. So I'll start here. I'm going to do F, R, U, R inverted, U inverted, F inverted. Now from here I can just do it one more time, same algorithm, and all the oranges are flat now. Just put these pieces back as it was. Red and green is still okay, and now all of these are flat. So now I have to put these houses or pentagons into their correct order, and only these two are correct and these two are not. Again, I'm going to use the same algorithm you would do for a 3x3x3, which is R, U, R inverted, U, R, 2U, R inverted. And before I do that, if I want to do the move, I actually have to start like this. So I'm going to have to replace this with this piece first. And again, as before, I also want to make sure that because I'm doing that, these two pieces will eventually flip over again to put this one back here. So I actually want to make sure that all of these pieces are in the incorrect order. Usually when I do this algorithm, to get them all aligned, I would start here because these two are already solved. So one on the right, one on the back. So instead of that, I'm going to flip it around 180 degrees, so I do the other two, and flip just these two pieces. So I'm going to do R, U, R inverted, U, R, 2U, R inverted. And right now it looks a little strange, but if you put this one back here, then you'll see that all of these pieces are now correct. Okay, now for this next one, for the rest of them, the algorithms are all going to be the same as the 3x3x3, just slightly modified so I can actually use them. So again, like before, I want to flip this around so I can put this piece up here. And what I want to do is to put in these corner pieces into their correct spots. Now since there's one already completely solved over here, I want to put the other ones into their correct spots. So since this matches with this edge piece, I'm going to have the orange and green over here. And that's all I had to know because everything else will automatically go to their correct spaces. So this one comes here. So for this algorithm, I would use the left, top, and right sides. And this is a bit of a modified version. So I'm going to start with the left side because I'm moving this here, that one there, and down back here. So what I want to do is to free up this blue side by making a flat side of this red over here. So to do that, I have to just for a moment move this over. Now bring a flat side of the red over to the blue. Now I can move it L, inverted, and now move this back. Now I can continue on with the algorithm. U, R, you invert it. Now move this one back again. L, move this one back again. U, R inverted. And now these are all in their correct spots. Now put this one back up here. And you can see that these two are correct. All these edges are correct. And even these two are correct. The last thing to do now is to rotate the corners. And to do this one, take any of them that are, take the one you're going to solve and put it anywhere that's not on the green side. Well, actually, you want to put that over here, above the blue and yellow. Now I want to put the flat sides on this yellow and on this red, the green. So like that, flat sides on the yellow and flat sides on the green. So what I want to do is to use this blue side and this red side, or, well, yes, this blue side and this red side. And with that, I'm going to solve these two corners by rotating them using the same algorithm you would for a 3x3x3. So this one goes counterclockwise. So starting from here, it's U, D inverted, U inverted, D again. And now that one is solved. I have to bring this one over, so quickly I have to put this one back, move this piece above the blue and yellow, and do exactly what I undid just now. And now this one goes clockwise, so I'm going to start with the D. And with D. So D inverted, U, F, D, F inverted, and one more time. And now just put everything back. And you solved the Bermuda Earth cube. Thank you for watching.